in second part. You're being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
Haven't even seen the crime scene. I'm guessing I didn't do any of those things.
You're right, you didn't, and it's only taken you 3 days not to.
What I have been... I don't like when there's only one choice. Why can't they just say that? What have I been doing all this time? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
Imagine like the guy just walking around not knowing who he is and completely oblivious. Like, what the fuck? Why is he still employed? As a officer as well.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it.
Brown seabird.
Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Did I do that?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the door where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy? I'm a cop, and I can talk to whomever I please.
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
It's a task now to embarrass myself publicly. What is this? Knives? This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. Yeah, healing item. If only I had more than 1 health. Wait, what? What did I do? No, it's just added the charge, I guess. The menu has been wiped clean, only the word Monday is written on it. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today's starts in the man's handwriting, I guess. So it was Sylvia. The door is bolted. A sign reads "Kitchen reserved for personnel until 13:00." Sign reads "Mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open 16 hours." I like that it's European standard and not PM AM. So this opens in 16 hours? That's a long time period. I think I've been up at exactly 8 and only 39 minutes passed. A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling out. Can I like see these descriptions, or when they disappear forever? Yeah, I don't see anything. What is this? Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
How can you fail waking somebody up? I mean, I don't think I will need headache medicine.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine.
And it's locked. Come on, this is dumb. Why can't you try again? Why can't you just shake him again right now? This is weird logic. Should I steal from him, or there's going to be a precautions?
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Healing morale by using pills. This royal pinball machine is unplugged. Well, buddy, what do you have to say?
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why? He is your half-brother.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
What? Why does he introduce himself officially if he's my half-brother? Supposedly. He's acting like we just met.
You realize he is waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
No. High chance. Invent a name for yourself. Why? Why? Seriously, like, there's no reason to do that.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
My name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Yes, well,
He doesn't even process what you just said, just moves on. Oh, choices don't matter.
Not
I
for a
guess.
moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intra-departmental joke, or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
Yeah, I wouldn't understand that too.
it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he
Karen.
means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
What
At the
interviews?
57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Right. And the interviews?
He taps his foot more out of habit than impatience. It's going to be easier to say that you
Okay,
haven't.
we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Oh, it was on the tree.
So, the body is still in the tree.
In the tree?
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
Why am I not really a police officer all of a sudden? I don't remember learning that.
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back.
He points to your
I
jacket.
suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Like, how can you work with this guy?
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Yes, but I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation.
These are white rectangles, you mean? Point to your sleeve. I haven't noticed a rectangle on sleeve, but on the back only.
Yes,
But they are just white rectangles.
they are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
But shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
It was on me when I woke up. Pretend you have it. You found it. I have my badge, I'm a policeman, and I have my badge.
Oh, if you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand.
What if I told you I'm not a really police officer?
We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will.
Yeah, what kind of police officers they are without the uniform?
And then, soon after, dead bodies would be dangling from all the trees.
Why?
But first, we have to take it down. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
What are we supposed to do again?
Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
Let's roll.
After you, officer.
No, I have a control over him? Or he just follows me.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Yes?
Tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
Literally anything about it, I can't remember a single thing.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know, to help me narrow it down a bit.
A young woman told me a mercenary has been hanged, that's all.
Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you?
Brief, yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Wait, does the briefing say who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
And Wild Pines is what?
To find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, all we know is that the tone was muffled, using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The Dock Workers Union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Hold on. And the RCM is?
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Self-organized Peace Corps. Okay. I like how I have this skill of encyclopedia, but he knows only some vague things, but not the current matter at hand. So are we in this Rivashol city or somewhere else? Let me just make this perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer.
That's right.
Gained experience by asking this simple question. Secret task complete, huh? Ask him to tell you about the case. Interesting. I wonder how the experience carries over. Do I need to repeat all that each time I die, or also can I load a save if I die? Can I go over the preliminary info again? Would you say this is a mysterious case? If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
What do you mean?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
This guy knows nothing. Like you already should know. Should have impression. I don't remember being in on anything. You know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecilic cup of.
Cup of?
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
You should tell me now, this seems relevant.
Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
I was thinking something of another world they might be involved, you know, something supernatural. White male in his 40s, what more do you need? Personally, I think labor disputes are very mysterious. Okay, so the case probably isn't mysterious, but could it be sexy?
I'm relieved that you agree.
He says, then pauses.
He is glad and surprised to see an officer who can appreciate the less than spectacular.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else you were about to say something?
Do you know the
look
feeling
like-
when you've begun filling in a crossword, but some of your answers don't quite seem to fit? That's the feeling I have right now, for some reason.
What is crossword? Oh no.
It will turn into quite the puzzle yet, I'm afraid. Good.
Yeah, this would never work in real life. The guy would just go along on this case, like. I think you should know that I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. Was heavy drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Usually the more tax there is in the choice, the better.
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles.
So does the time move when I click on lines, or it just moves?
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
Because from the start it passed like 1 hour 40 minutes, and in game it's just 1 hour 7 minutes.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this.
So he's a lieutenant? What's the difference between move on and let it be?
Really? You look fine to me.
Yeah, like fucking see me trying to grab a tie and die. Doing serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself in the mirror and had no idea who I was.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life.
It's not physiological, some sort of major brain damage has occurred, and on an unprecedented scale.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
I want to talk about you.
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We'll work better together. We have more rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
What? Glasses are cool, I guess.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good, normal pair yourself.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What is Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola.
Great.
Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
Makes much sense. It's supposed to be North Korea or China. You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seoul.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholier.
Revacholier.
A point of pride to him.
Jamais secret.
No.
Oh, okay.
The lieutenant nods.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow. The eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you.
What is happening to me?
Something the matter, detective?
Tell me a secret.
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just the flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make you his thrall.
So what can I do about it?
Nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it.
Silently scream for help.
If the lieutenant were an evil man, who knows what sort of havoc he could wreak. Fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCM. He'll only use his powers for the good of the investigation. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow,
So you
and you
tell.
seem to regain control of yourself.
Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with like your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case.
I wouldn't call it like talking to yourself. I would call it like, yeah, conceptualization. You're just like trying to form thoughts into words, and so it's more clear what you're trying to say. Yeah, and some people don't even have that, which is crazy. Like I had silent thoughts up to like age, I don't know, 10 maybe.
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
Good. Let's change the subject.
Imagine like telling somebody, tell me a secret. No. Please. No. The conversations here, the writing is wacky. It's completely unrealistic, but somewhat interesting, I guess. It tries to be cheeky a lot of the times. You seem to be following me.
Excuse me?
What if I want to work on this case alone? Nothing, just an observation.
You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
What do you mean distinctive?
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically.
How's
They
that?
say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
Why is that racist?
I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
So different precincts have different races, or what? I guess so. Why would it be racist then? Who's this?
Hello, sweetie.
Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife. Hello, sweetie. Why does she have no voice actor? Wait, she does, yeah. The rest is narration. The elderly woman turns to you with a smile.
Her eyes move up and down your person as though taking your measurements. Her attention is scientific.
Who's cryptozoologist? Pseudoscience. The searches for and studies unknown, legendary or extinct animals whose present existence is disputed or unsubstantiated. So like Bigfoot, Nessie, dragons. Okay. Does that mean you like me?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
You can hear that the voice actor is like 25. She's not old.
But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
So Morel is cryptozoologist.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Everybody is wacky. You don't know. I don't know if you noticed, but I don't know where I am or where what I'm doing or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
The whirling in rags cafeteria, it was on my keys. We are dead, hunting each other, we're ghosts. Huh. That would be funny if it turns out to be true by the end.
Now.
She tilts her head as she looks up at you with the maternal solicitude.
We are live in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags. And the Whirling itself is in the city of Revachol.
Yeah, okay, that's I figured. What year is today? Obviously I don't know diddly squat about Riverdale. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
Nope. It's the spring of 51. Sure, it's the year 973. There's no I don't know line.
That's right, dear. How splendid.
What?
Here, Take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Kind green ape pen. I just guessed.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
So, for every right answer, I get something. Fuck. If I knew that, I would try to get it right. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? This is also a weird question, like, to ask, you know? Also, you can live in a certain regime and, well, the participants are going to tell you that this is something else, like what's happening right now. Some kind of democracy, the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Civilization cowers before us. We're governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. So far, this one sounds more probable because there's something strange in this world for sure. Radios are used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners, and women. COP. We're living under the COP regime. Yeah, like, this is silly, this is silly, this is silly. Those two, like, this is uncertain, which probably not going to be right. And dictatorship, not very probable, but yeah, basically you choose between 2 and 4.
Oh no, nothing like that, dear.
Was it
Revachol
steeds?
is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own. Certainly no machines.
Was the radio mind control? That was the closest one to foreigner thing.
I don't know. Still looks like there's a lot of hustling going on. Maybe she's wrong. Also,
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution.
Yeah, it's corporations.
But we should stop for today,
guess.
sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
So, how did I do?
You didn't do too well, dear. You really only knew what year it is. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Reality, in a word. It's very odd.
a sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
What's the revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
She also has kind of a Texan accent. What does that have to do with there not being any cops?
It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant. Well, I already spoke to that guy.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. So I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in
You would think.
Martinez.
You seem to be in the chair. Captain Obvious?
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
A grenade? Did you fight in a war?
No, dear. I'm not quite that old. Although I was injured in the line of duty.
Tightrope walker, mountaineer?
Nothing so glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of planting the Revacholian flag on some figurative peak.
What did you do then?
I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays.
She runs her hands over the chrome wheels of her chair. Absolute loot. I need to mention the wheelchair. Let's move on. Thanks for cleaning that up for me. I mean...
No problem.
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
How do you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, riddling backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my.
Serial
I think
killers?
you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
I mean, we could have an informant. I know, but there's also side mysteries, sequence killers, and forays into the paranatural.
I can assure you, with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
Ah, the 3 has better than 2.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
She gives you a small wave. She gave me a pen. A pen with a green ape head on one end. The ape has closed its eyes, a kind of expression adorning its face. It seems to be meditating. Can I wear it? What does it do? Oh, I guess this is weight. That's what it was. But it's here it's 0.4. Strange. I don't know how it works. Ooh, there's a bunch. Well, I gotta go now. Oh, I'm going to have a little nap and then it's work. Thanks for watching.